Once upon a time, in a distant land bathed in the golden light of dawn, there lay an ancient kingdom known as Eldoria. This realm was a tapestry of rolling hills, vibrant meadows, and lush forests, all watched over by a magnificent castle that crowned the highest peak. Eldoria thrived under the reign of a wise and benevolent king, King Alaric, who ruled alongside his beloved queen Isolde. The two were cherished by their people, known for their fairness and kindness, ensuring prosperity and happiness throughout the kingdom. At the heart of this kingdom was a powerful guardian, a being forged from the very essence of the land itself. He was known as Elarion, the guardian of Eldoria. Made of shimmering metal that sparkled like the stars, Elarion towered over the kingdom, his presence radiating strength and warmth. He had the ability to communicate with nature, summoning the winds, commanding the rivers, and inspiring the flowers to bloom with vibrant colors. His connection to the land was deep and unwavering, a bond forged through centuries of protection and loyalty. For centuries, Elarion stood vigilant, guarding Eldoria from threats both near and far. Whenever a danger arose, be it marauding beasts from the depths of the enchanted forest or dark sorcerers seeking to cast shadows over the land, Elarion would rise to meet them. His majestic figure was a beacon of hope for the people who would gather in awe as he defended their home. His mighty sword, forged from the very heart of the earth, glowed with a magical light that repelled darkness and instilled courage in all who beheld it. As the kingdom flourished, the people of Eldoria celebrated their guardian with grand festivals filled with music, dancing, and feasts. Each year, on the eve of the summer solstice, they would gather in the great meadow, adorned with flowers and lanterns, to pay homage to Elarion. The sky would twinkle with stars as they shared stories of his bravery, recounting tales of how he had saved the kingdom time and again. However, peace can only last for so long. A shadow loomed on the horizon, a jealous sorceress named Morwenna, who sought to claim Eldoria for herself. Once a member of the king's court, Morwenna had been banished for her dark ambitions, her heart twisted with envy and resentment. She had watched the kingdom flourish while she languished in the shadows, and her desire for power grew stronger with each passing day. Driven by her malice, Morwenna unleashed a torrent of darkness upon Eldoria. Her minions, fearsome creatures of shadow and smoke, descended upon the kingdom, laying waste to the villages and forests. Panic spread like wildfire, and the once vibrant fields turned black under her malevolent influence. The sun was blotted out, and despair hung heavy in the air, choking the life from the land. Elarion sensed the encroaching darkness and summoned his strength, determined to protect his beloved kingdom. The skies crackled with energy as he confronted Morwenna in a cataclysmic battle that shook the very earth. Light clashed with dark, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, the two forces fought with ferocity. The Guardian's sword glinted, a brilliant beacon against the shadows that threatened to consume Eldoria. As the battle raged, the people of Eldoria gathered in the safety of their homes, praying for their guardian's victory. They watched in awe as Elarion fought valiantly, each strike of his sword illuminating the night with bursts of radiant light. But Morwenna, fueled by her rage, summoned dark storms that lashed out at the guardian, seeking to extinguish his light. In a final act of courage, Elarion unleashed a wave of pure energy, a brilliant explosion of light that engulfed Morwenna, banishing her into the void. The land shook as she disappeared, her screams echoing into silence, but the victory came at a grave cost. With the last remnants of his power, Elarion's form began to crumble, the radiant light that had once defined him flickering like a dying flame. As he fell to his knees, he vowed to watch over Eldoria, even in his fading state, to remain a protector in spirit, if not in form. With a final surge of energy, he transformed into a magnificent tree, its trunk twisting upwards, branches reaching for the sky, adorned with leaves that shimmered like emeralds. This tree stood in the heart of the kingdom, a living monument to the guardian's sacrifice. The ancient roots delved deep into the soil, connecting him to the very essence of Eldoria. Years turned to decades. The once mighty castle became overgrown, its stones worn by time, and the villagers flourished. Children played among the ruins, their laughter echoing through the valleys. The guardian's tree, now a symbol of hope and strength, became a sacred place where the people gathered to seek comfort and guidance. They would weave flowers into garlands and hang them on its branches, whispering their hopes and dreams to the guardian they believed still watched over them. Seasons changed, and as the land healed from the devastation, the guardian's magic pulsed through Eldoria, causing flowers to bloom in vibrant colors and the rivers to flow crystal clear. Birds sang sweet melodies and animals roamed freely, all under the watchful gaze of the guardian's tree. Yet as time flowed like a gentle river, whispers of Morwenna's return began to circulate among the villagers. They spoke of strange shadows flitting through the night, and a chill that settled over the land, leaving them uneasy. One evening, as twilight descended, a storm unlike any other rolled across Eldoria. The winds howled like lost souls, and lightning cracked the sky, illuminating the guardian's tree in a ghostly light. The villagers rushed to seek shelter, fear gripping their hearts, but the guardian, in his arboreal form, sensed the impending danger. With the storm raging around him, Elarion drew upon the ancient magic of Eldoria. As the winds howled and the rain poured, the guardian's branches swayed, glowing with vibrant energy. In a breathtaking display of power, he summoned the winds to create a protective barrier around the village. Rain fell softly upon the land, but the villagers remained safe within the shimmering shield of energy, the storm's fury unable to breach the guardian's protection. As dawn broke, the storm had passed, and the villagers emerged, awestruck by the sight of their guardian. They gathered around the tree, their hearts filled with gratitude. They realized that Elarion's spirit had never truly left them. He had become one with the land, watching over them still, eternally their protector. With each passing year, the legend of the guardian grew. Artists painted murals of the tree, capturing its beauty and the stories of Elarion's courage. Poets composed verses of his bravery, their words carried on the wind, spreading the tales of the guardian far and wide. Children climbed its branches, their laughter filling the air as they played among the leaves, their innocence a reminder of the hope Elarion had fought to protect. One day, as the villagers prepared for the annual summer solstice festival, a strange figure appeared at the edge of the forest. It was a young girl named Liora, a wanderer with bright eyes and a spirit as fierce as the storms. She had heard whispers of Eldoria and its guardian, drawn to the land by the tales of magic and hope. Liora approached the guardian's tree, captivated by its grandeur. She felt a deep connection, as if the very essence of the guardian flowed through her veins. She closed her eyes and placed her hand upon the trunk, feeling the warmth radiate beneath her fingertips. In that moment, a vision unfolded before her, a glimpse of the past, where the guardian stood tall and proud, protecting the kingdom from darkness. With each passing day, Liora returned to the tree, sharing her dreams and fears, believing that Elarion listened. As she nurtured the ground around the tree, flowers bloomed more vibrantly, and the air filled with the sweet scent of magic. The villagers watched in wonder, sensing a change in the atmosphere as Liora's spirit seemed to awaken something deep within the guardian's essence. But Morwenna, sensing the resurgence of magic in Eldoria, began to stir from her slumber in the void. Her dark heart burned with vengeance, and she sought to reclaim the kingdom that had cast her aside. In her wrath, she conjured a great storm, darker and more menacing than any before. Thunder roared and shadows crept across the land, extinguishing the light and filling the hearts of the villagers with dread. As the storm approached, Liora stood resolute, determined to protect the Guardian and the kingdom she had come to love. She raced to the tree, calling upon the power of Eldoria and the spirit of Elarion. The air crackled with energy as she placed her hands upon the trunk, feeling the heartbeat of the Guardian within. In that moment, the Guardian responded. The leaves shimmered, and a brilliant light burst forth from the tree, casting away the encroaching darkness. Elarion's spirit surged through Liora, binding them together in a dance of magic and light. She raised her arms to the sky, channeling the Guardian's energy into the storm. The winds howled, but Liora stood firm, her heart filled with determination. As the storm raged around them, a fierce battle unfolded. Lightning struck the ground, illuminating Liora's figure as she confronted Morwenna, who had taken form from the swirling shadows. The two clashed, light against dark, as Eldoria held its breath. With each burst of energy, Liora drew upon the love and hope of the villagers, feeling their spirits join with her own. In a final surge of power, Liora unleashed a wave of brilliant light that pierced through the storm, striking Morwenna with a force that shook the very earth. The sorceress screamed as the light engulfed her, banishing her back into the void from whence she came. The storm began to dissipate and the dark clouds receded, revealing a sky painted with hues of gold and pink. As the sun rose over Eldoria, the villagers emerged from their homes, their faces alight with wonder. They beheld the Guardian's tree, now radiant with life, its branches reaching higher than ever before. Liora stood at its base, her spirit intertwined with Elarion's, a living testament to the bond between the Guardian and the kingdom. The people rejoiced, celebrating their victory over darkness and the emergence of their new protector. Liora had become a beacon of hope, embodying the spirit of the Guardian. She continued to nurture the land, tending to the flowers and singing songs of gratitude to Elarion. As years turned into decades, the legend of the Guardian who never died and the girl who awakened his spirit became woven into the very fabric of Eldoria. The villagers honored both Elarion and Liora, creating a festival each year to celebrate their bond, lighting lanterns that floated into the night sky, carrying their hopes and dreams. The Guardian remained ever vigilant, his essence entwined with the land, while Liora grew wise and strong, teaching the next generation about the power of love, courage, and unity. Together, they fostered a kingdom that thrived under the watchful gaze of the Guardian, who would never die. And so, the tale of Eldoria, the Guardian who never died, and the brave girl who reignited his spirit lived on, an eternal flame in the hearts of those who cherished the magic of their land. The winds whispered stories of their bravery, the trees swayed in the rhythm of hope, and the sun continued to rise each day, illuminating a kingdom forever protected by the Guardian's love.